Yo, what's good, everyone?
You are listening to the sWo podcast
with Patrick T.
with Shay Cray,
Aiden from ACS Sneakers.
Ashley Clark, 5 for the S.
Tune in every Wednesday on all your podcast platforms.
And watch the videos every Friday on YouTube.
Don't forget to tell your friends.
Join the Sneaker World Order.
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 Boom shakalaka, bitches.
Hi, and welcome to the latest episode of the sWo podcast. Today we have a very special guest. We've got Anthony from It's Sneaker Talk. So, mate, shout yourself out.
Hey, everybody. Privileged to be on the show today. My name is Anthony Randolph. I'm here in the United States. And, man, I love sneakers. So I'm excited to be talking to these guys. And you can find me on It's Sneaker Talk Podcast on Instagram and also my personal at Anthony R. Speaks.
Wicked. So it's me, Patrick T.
Oh, you pimp.
You can find me on YouTube under Patrick T, Instagram under Patrick T for real, and all the others.
It's behind you,
socials on
mate,
that
in
thing.
8 foot writing.
Sorry. Yeah, there you go.
A little bit less shameless promoting on my part. So, yes, Aiden from ACS Sneakers. We don't buy business cards. We just leave a lasting impact. We don't need business cards. So yeah, you can find me on my socials, ACS Sneakers. Instagram, Facebook, all those good things, and that's it.
Amazing. So, I'm loving the vibe at the minute. No Reggie. Reggie's dead. Can we get a hashtag Reggie's dead for everyone that listens to the episode? Just send it. In fact,
we should do like a hashtag Where's Reggie, man.
Yeah.
I hadn't spoke to him and nothing. No YouTube videos, and it's unusual for a guy that uploads 3 times a day, 7 days a week. So I'm a bit concerned about his well-being. So Reg, reach out.
Yeah, if you know his missus, she's probably buried him. He stole his child in the last episode I saw with him. So, so then Pat, our grandmaster question asker, go for it, mate. You do it every week.
Listen, Anthony, thanks for coming on. It's nice to see you. And I know that your pod's been doing a bit. So I've been doing a little research on it, listening to some of your stuff and whatever. So, I mean, let's start from the beginning. How did you come up with doing the podcast?
Man, that's a great question. So my friend Tari and I, during COVID, let me reverse a little bit. I used to live in Florida. Now I'm currently living in Georgia, in the States. And so we both lived in the same city. He is a personal fitness trainer and I was coaching soccer. So of course we met and we just kind of just, you know how that guy you meet and you're like, oh, he seems all right. You know, I gotta do a little more background, but ended up following him on Instagram. And I started, every time I'd see him, I noticed his shoes. Like, you know, I always do, like I see a person from shoes first and then I look up.
I think we all do that.
Yeah.
It tells me more about, if I look at your shoes and I know, I'm like, all right, I know who I'm doing it with. Like, so I remember seeing him and I was like, oh, what's up? Wasn't up talking to him. And I was like, you're into sneakers? He's like, yeah, I'm into sneakers. And the first time we actually met in person, like just, we were actually talking about social media. He was trying to grow his business. And I've been doing social media for a while. And I was like, yeah, I can help you, And so it happened to come up during COVID. We're like, man, you know, you like sneakers, I like sneakers. I said, why don't we just do a podcast? I think it might have been his idea. It was one of our ideas about doing a podcast. And we got on and we just got on Instagram Live and started doing a podcast, talking, telling our stories. And I think in the beginning, it started out as an opportunity just to kind of give people hope, especially because everybody was locked down and people were going crazy. And I was going crazy. And I'm the type of sneakerhead that I'll go to my sneakers in my closet and just kind of look at them like, okay, they're still in there. Look at this. And so we just started talking, got on Instagram, started talking. People started watching it. And we're like, people are watching us talk for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's what people are doing right now. Like, this is what it is. And so we just kind of kept building it from there until it is to where it is now. It's Sneaker Talk Podcast, where we're coming up on season 4, which is crazy to even talk about. Season 4, and bringing on some exciting guests to the show. One of them is on right now with us. So you
I'm
know
gonna
who
be
you
a guest, guys. I'm gonna be a guest, guys.
What? Him?
are.
I'm gonna be a guest.
Yeah.
Don't worry. This goes out like this is going out in like January. So yeah. We'll get advertising before. But yeah, I'm gonna be on somebody else has invited me onto their podcast. I don't know what to do.
Hey, he's moonlighting on us. He's moonlighting.
No, I've got a big Ashley Clark right here, right?
Subscribe.
Mr. Pin. Mr. Pin. Shoe stack. I got shoe stack. Shoe stack. The SWO podcast above me and around me.
With the light. Gotta have the lights.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm just gonna get a stripper pole. I'm just gonna put it down there.
Oh wow. Okay. So getting back to you, Anthony. It's a question. It's a bit weird. So I'll ask it another way. What was your sneaker? What got you into sneakers? Rather than how long have you been in sneakers? Because that's a dud question. I think. What is a sneaker? What made you think, oh my god, I got to have?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in a family where sneakers were not prioritized. I love sneakers, but I was always I had an older brother who always had to pass his shoes down to me. Like we weren't broke. We didn't but it was not. We were not getting any sneakers. Like I remember my dad taking me to a mall here in where I live currently, and he was like, "Pick out a pair of shoes." So I was like, "Really?" So I go to find it, the expensive. He's like, "No, under $25 US." Like that. I'm like, "What?" And so I ended up picking up a pair of Brooks running shoes that were before they blew up. And I had to wear those to school, and man, did I get clowned. People made fun of me so much for those. Like, what are those? Like, oh,
the equivalent
man.
for us, that would be like a Woolworths plimso, wouldn't it?
It's a Gola, mate. It's a Gola.
Gola.
Le Coq
Dunlop.
Sportif, yeah.
Dunlop.
So I remember wearing those shoes, and I was so embarrassed. And I ended up getting, I graduated high school and got my first job, and I just started buying shoes because I was like, I remember getting Dunks before they were hype, like the way before the wave came. I was buying Dunks at the local skate shop here, and nobody would wear those. It was almost, people looked at you, those aren't real Nikes. I'm like, yeah, they're Dunks, like just SBs. Like, what are you talking about? And I would buy them and just keep them, and mom would be like, why are you buying all these shoes? You don't need to buy shoes. What's wrong with you? And long story short, my first sneaker that got me into it, one of my friends gave me my first pair of Jordans. His name is Andre. He gave me a pair of Jordan 6s and a pair of Jordan 5s. He's a sneakerhead that would keep keep trainers and runners in his trunk, like just in case, So he's like, hey, I saw them in your trunk. I said, can I have those shoes in your trunk? He was like, yeah, sure, take them. I'm not gonna wear them anymore. They're all beat up. And I remember I took those and I cleaned them up, and like those are my that's how it got me into sneakers. Like my friends all wore them. They're all sneakerheads, but at the point I just couldn't afford them, and I had a love for trying to be cool, trying to be that guy. And you have a great outfit, and then you look down at the sneakers, and your sneakers can ruin your outfit. So that was for me the how it got me into sneakers was that moment when he gave me my first pair of Jordans, and from then on it's been sometimes an addiction where I buy sneakers and go, why did I buy those? Those are just gonna sit in my closet. But I'm really enjoyed it, man. It's a really big community. Hence, I'm in the States and you guys are overseas, and we're talking about sneakers. So that's why I love it.
It's crazy. I mean, like you said, you're in the States, we're over here, but I guarantee you both Ash and Aiden can totally relate with what you're saying about not affording it, buying ones you don't even want, but they're sneakers and they're out.
Yeah.
And then looking at them going, what the hell have I got these for?
See, the reason Pat doesn't include himself, Mr. Dior over there.
No, I'm in there.
No.
Come
He said,
on.
no, he didn't say and me, because man's always come from money, innit? Sitting there like, Dior, grand. Oh, 4 pairs.
Listen, I'm not putting my business out there, but I remember having a TV when it didn't have BBC Two as a button. Okay, that's how poor I was. Yeah. So I'm not putting it out there, but I can relate. Me and Wolves were friends when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? So, but well, I come on, lad, you'd have to help me out. I had another question, but I can't remember it. Sorry.
Skipped over what's on feet today, by the way. Like,
Oh,
I
Aiden's
finally
wearing
have
hype.
Crocs,
Aiden's
guys.
wearing hype.
Like, no, I'm not wearing hype. I'm just not wearing Crocs. So I
Come on,
finally,
yeah, let's do what's on feet. Let's do what's on
finally
feet.
got something, man.
While we're on with Crocs, did someone see the pleasures, the Crocs times pleasures? They're out at the minute. I looked at them. I was like, you know what? They're cool. They are. They're cool.
See,
they
now
are.
you can't jump on a hype train now as a collab. Crocs are. I've been vouching for Crocs for a long time now.
No. I ain't gonna sell
No,
myself
no.
out like that. I'm just saying that pair looked kind of rocky. It looked like if you was to pick a Croc for me, that one would be the one. But
The only Crocs I've seen is the one with what's his name, Salab Bembry.
Oh, so yeah, Bembry, yeah. But mate, I've seen you literally like, oh yeah, you can send me them, bro.
Love him.
Yeah.
Love him. Listen, I'm trying to be his friend. I don't care. I've got no shame in my game. Okay.
Obviously, Mr. Offspring.
Yeah. Hashtag Offspring HQ.
Hey, this ain't a Run Patrick event, you know. Just let me go. Come on, man. I thought he's on shoes on feet. Come on,
Yeah,
hey,
what's
you
on
go,
feet?
man.
What's
Leave me
on
alone.
feet?
What's on feet? Sure.
Who's going first? Who wants to go? Take it away.
You.
Oh, me?
You called it.
Right. Okay, so I'm normally the guy that's just rocking Crocs from working from home. But today, I finally decided to break these out.
Ooh, BWs.
Dubs.
L's
yeah.
on the Leons, on the Rotterdams.
Tap them.
But,
Tap them. Do they light up?
bro, these are
Oh.
fire. These are comfortable. I got caught in the rain, and you can't even really tell. These shoes are brilliant, mate. This is fire, man. This is
Are they
vintage.
comfortable?
Oh, they're not as comfortable as 90s, and like people give me flack for saying that in my YouTube video. That like I was saying, like, oh, these just aren't as comfortable as 90s. They're probably on par with 95s if I was to say like a specific night. Kids just come in, typical. But yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, all things considered, very comfortable, very
Because
durable.
I think the only difference that is it's got a big air bubble, isn't it? Or it just
Yeah, it's
made it
big.
look a bit bigger.
I'm gonna mute myself while I scream at the kids to come and turn the tablet off. So bear with me.
All right.
Terrible.
Anthony, what you got on feet?
Oh man, I didn't know what you guys were asking, so I brought like a ton of shoes. I'm sitting around in shoes.
You wore all these today?
Yeah.
No. I
Yeah,
do wear
for
multiple shoes. Today I wore the Quantums, the Onyx. I just
Okay.
recently picked up these, man. I love the Yeezy Quantums. Like, it's a hype. Well, the hype on this is not real, but I really loved how comfortable these are.
Yeah.
I wear them. Well, how I kind of style myself, I wear a lot of like, sweatpants and stuff like that. So wearing these, and I love the all black, man. You can't go wrong with an all black sneaker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I got the Quantum Blue Ice or something it was called. They were quite nice actually. They were quite comfortable. My only issue with them, I went a full size up and they were still too small.
Really? Like in the
Yeah.
toe box area?
Yeah, they were tight around my toe still. And I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, I should have gone a size and a half up or something. And
What you have to do for what I've found out, like you have to do, because I have 2 pairs of these, and so what I'll do is you take like the paper, push it all the way down in there, let it sit for like a week, and then you take them out, and then it should stretch it out.
nah,
It's weird.
If they're not fitting me after the first day, they're gone.
Ah.
I ain't got time. I ain't got time for breaking in. I'll do it for like Doc Martens where I know they're gonna have that, but with Yeezy I expect it. I expect comfort. So when it's not there, I'm gone. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I've got a pair of those. I haven't actually worn them out because they were. I mean, like I'm size 12, so I've had to get size 13, and they just look big. They just look big on me, and I haven't got anything. I'm wearing tapered jeans, and it looks like I look like a clown in them. So I have to kind of rock a tracksuit or something to get them out. And then I keep forgetting I've got them. So so I was like, oh, I should have worn that today. Well, the day's over now anyway. But I've been rocking these.
Ooh.
I've been rocking
Nice.
these. For some reason, these are really comfortable.
Really?
Yeah,
The Jordan 1.
maybe I've just got used to them. The Jordan 1s, I mean, usually Jordan 1s, you put them on in it, and then by the day, you're just like, thank God they're off.
Yeah.
But these have been really cool. I found myself just going to them more often than not, just putting them on and sticking them on. But yeah, I like them. And they go with anything. I don't have to think about it. I could literally just put them on, and whatever I'm wearing, they would just go, because I think it's just the plain black and white, isn't it? Apart from the heel, obviously. But yeah, these are mine, the Volts, Jordan 1 Volts.
I love that colorway. I actually have a pair of lows in that same colorway without the Volt.
Oh, really?
I love, yeah. They're SB version of the ones.
Okay.
I love those.
Yeah.
Love
And
those.
Anthony's sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, he had SBs before they were famous." You know, he's got like some Freddies or something hidden behind him. He's like, "Oh yeah."
He's got the mummies, isn't he? He's got the
30
mummies.
grand shoe, and he's just sitting there like, "Yeah."
Yeah, all my coaching money. Yep. Coaching soccer money.
See,
Yeah,
I knew
love
it.
His SVs and his Lamborghini.
Yeah, and his Lambo.
No.
Living the dream out there. Just seeing who he's getting on his podcast. I heard he's getting on some hot producer out there. And
God.
you can't say, "Oh God, Mr. Vistacard." Right.
That's how you need to start every one of your YouTube videos.
I love it. Yeah.
Welcome to the channel.
He's going to get it on a spinny board. He's going to hold it and just spin it. Yeah, so me, low key, I'm wearing all black today, so I just went for some all black Vans. These are beaters, just a skate high, but with like comfy cushion inside. So
yeah,
because if you're wearing Vans all day, you've got to be comfy.
A mixed bag today, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got something from
Vans,
everywhere.
Jordans, Yeezys, kind of, right away across the board. Interesting take. Normally we're all in the same boat, like we're in the same crap all the time.
Yeah, that's it. Reggie's currently wearing whatever you wear in a coffee.
No, Mr. Prince of New Balance, who doesn't wear New Balance. That's what
mate,
wearing.
I've never seen him
Not
in
New Balance.
I love New Balance. I love where they're going. I love New Balance where they're going.
Oh,
You don't like New Balance?
Pat
No, I thought he was a really nice guy,
550. I do like the 550. The 550 is solid.
Yeah.
Right, so you know what I've been seeing? Oh, right.
Oh, a 5740. Nice.
Yep.
See,
Love
what do you mean 5740?
It's
What the hell is that, man?
57-40.
I knew that was a 5740.
Yeah, that's because you've owned one. You owned the grey days like me, didn't you? We both had the grey days. Yeah.
I'm trying to get plus points here, but just.
I was thinking about that 3 days.
Are they the bricks and mortar ones? Are they the bricks and mortar ones?
No, these are actually just like the.
They're exactly like it. They're exactly like, because I wanted the bricks and mortar one, and they didn't release.
Too.
They didn't release in Europe.
Yeah, these are just the regular release or whatever. I love these, man. New Balance. Thank you for where they're going. Always look. I know, Pat. I want to hear your side on this, but New Balance is where it's going. They're bringing out so many new creators and collaborations. I love it. I love it.
Are you serious? No, they're bringing out old 5500 423s, 5550s, 2212s. They're all the same old ones, just different numbers. Like, all right, I've got a pair of Casablancas because they were just different, and I think it's a retro thing and whatever. I've noticed that I put up on my Insta that they're now comparing the 550s to the Air Force Ones.
Yeah, it's standard, isn't it?
Is it going to be the new Air Force One?
No.
That's what they're saying. What are you saying, Anthony? No.
I don't. I mean, the 550s. I don't like them personally, and I like
ugly in it. Ugly in it. You can say they're ugly. We don't care. We're not getting sponsored by New Balance.
He's still trying to get Stephen Smith on his show, mate. Yeah, we've had him, but don't ruin his chances by saying they're shit.
Hey, low-key, you guys did an awesome job on that show. I would listen to that. I was the questions. I mean, it was great.
He to be fair, he was really cool. He was really cool.
Yeah.
It was nice speaking to him actually, and I mean, we spoke to him off air, and we was there for a long time as well.
You, off air, we were there for like another half an hour, 40 minutes. And he showed us stuff he shouldn't have showed us and stuff. It was well.
Yeah, cool dude. Yeah, definitely.
The one thing you can tell, like, I don't know about, I'm just asking you guys, you can tell when someone is real and genuine and they actually are in this for the art and to create instead of I'm in here because I have a name. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
we've had some guests who Ashley really loves, like beginning with G. Um, and we've had some guests where Aiden just doesn't talk because, you know, but you can tell, like you said, you can tell who like them, who appreciates what they're in, and just actually just is not in it for the hype, what's just happened for the last couple of years, if you get what I mean.
No,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Like, we were talking to him, and he was talking to us like a regular guy.
Yeah,
He could buy
Exactly.
all of our houses like 10 times over, and it wouldn't affect his bank balance. Like
Yeah.
that guy's major money. You know it. You know Kenny's not going to not pay good money for a designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was talking to us. He was just like, yeah, cool, yeah. Like, so I like to do this, and he's just talking about like little things which are so interesting to the sneaker culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like bigging up like, oh yeah, so when I do this, when I do it, mate, it was just like, oh yeah, so this is about the shoe, and it was just like,
Yeah,
oh nice.
to be fair, I mean, even he's talking about Tinker, and I think we had to force him to say his name in a sense, because he you know, he wasn't name dropping or anything like that.
No,
It was crazy.
And even then,
No.
he would just said, yeah, I worked for him and with him for a little bit, and we still go and play golf or go race cars together.
I helped him with his boat the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we're friends. I'm like, he's like, we don't discuss work. I'm like, that's just great, you know, because in this industry, especially on the social media, everybody's trying to show what they're doing.
Yeah.
But then you have like people like him that's just like, hey, you already know my work speaks for myself. I don't need to be out here blasting. You know what I mean? Like that's real.
Big cards behind us or any of that shit. No.
Really? What do you mean this card? This one?
I love it. I want Aiden to like have home like made merch now. I want an ACS.
No, behind that wall,
snapback.
didn't he have ACS sneakers sticker?
Oh, he did once. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. See?
I did. But as much as that was promoting me in my videos, not on a
Like
podcast.
this.
You're self-promoting when we're all supposed to be pulling together.
No,
so
I've given sWo an exclusive. It's an exclusive to the new videos.
But mine was also to promote this woman's company. You know, I don't work with her anymore, so she ain't getting a name drop. But she's sending me a way to like promote like, you know, wall stickers and all this kind of stuff. So yeah. So I help the little community. Pat helps himself. Just two different people, innit?
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to shout out to Anthony now because it's Sneaker Talk. Let's go. Like, so it was a podcast I stumbled across. Kind of, we kind of followed each other, started talking, and then now I'm like watching stuff, listening, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Season 4, you've got some like big hitters lined up. So what's the plan going forward then? So obviously you've got a lot coming up. So where do you want to see it, kind of thing? Because we don't talk about it on our podcast. We're just happy being us. But obviously for you, what are you feeling?
Yeah. For us, it's always, I think I don't want to ever get to a place where we can't just interview people who aren't famous, quote unquote. We want to interview people who have stories. Because I believe, like, whenever, you know, Tari would say the same thing, the sneaker community is not built on names. It's built on the people that are actually out buying the sneakers that are out. So we interview
100.
people who have a large amount of followers. We interview people who don't have a large amount of followers because, like, we always look at it from the perspective of impact. You know, if my friend Andre hadn't given me 2 pair of sneakers, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, so nobody's too small, nobody's too large. And that's why I felt like I really appreciated what Steven, when he came on, he was like, he didn't come across as too large for you guys. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna, you know, my chest is higher than yours. And like, what? You know? So that's really what it's about for me, is like, how can we help people that maybe the kid that listens, that was me. It's like, all right, I'm gonna get into the sneaker game because I want to be in, not because of hype, but I love sneakers and I have a story. And maybe we look at it from the perspective of impact. So for season 4, we have some people that you've never heard before, And then we're reaching out to some people who you may have heard before, may have heard before. For us, it just kind of came to the point of perspective of before I used to be really scared to reach out to people because I'm like, well, what if they say no? I'm like, then okay, you know what I mean? Like, but like I said, we're reaching out to a lot of people who impact the sneaker community, and then also some people who are just impacting their local area or their historians. I'll be honest, I'm not like a sneaker historian. There's some people that can look at a sneaker, tell you the history of it, tell you where it came from, who designed it. That's not me. That's more like Targ, but I'm interested in like knowing like Pat, Aiden, and Ashley, like what's your story? Like how'd you get into sneakers? Because then it helps me understand you, and that's what it's about for me.
No, that's cool. And I think that's the thing. Like, if I can give one piece of advice, being like the producer, like no's are gonna happen, and
Yeah.
you're gonna send out thousands and thousands, and it surprises you when someone who you do reach out to, like Steven or like Jumpman Chris, or like when we got like Franklin and something like that. Someone who's big in the game, and they turn around and go, "Yeah, happy to." It's like, what, really?
Yeah.
Like. And that they're probably seeing what you're doing, and it's like, oh, I've not even got like 1,000 subscribers or nothing, and then they just turn around and go, yeah, and it's like, oh, sick. And they're the kind of people that are great to have on as well, because they don't give a shit about how big you are as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was some people that have asked for money to be on, and I'm like, no, I ain't paying you money. This for me is a hobby. This is something that I do. I have a working life. I'm not going to give you what I earn to come on to do something that is a hobby.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Anchor ain't paying me enough to do.
Yeah.
And but we'll shout out people and stuff like that, and some shameless plug themselves 20 times in one show. But that's what I mean. Like it's nice when someone turns around and says, like, when I initially turned around to Aiden, I was like, do you want to do a podcast? And he said, yeah. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna have Aiden. And then Aiden was like, oh, I know someone called Pat, And then I spoke to Pat, and I was like, yeah, I suppose we gotta have the guy.
Don't lie, you loved me when you spoke to me.
You know what? He was wearing a G-string, right? He
Just for the listeners, that is not true.
He actually has. His logo behind him? That's a birthmark just above the nipple.
Oh my god.
No, but genuinely, it was great. And the strange thing is, none of us have ever met in person.
Oh, for real?
Like, honestly, yeah. Me and Aiden now only live 10 minutes away. Aiden, 10 minutes on a train, and we still haven't met. We are going to go to like some Christmas light turn on. When is that? And
your question that's a good question. I actually don't know. Like November time. Like
it's November now.
I'll ask the missus in it. Honestly, I've been in a little bit of a daze recently. So we will definitely meet up soon. But I feel like obviously, like we touched on before with COVID and all that, like it's been a bit mad, hasn't it? Like
yeah, it's weird.
Like half the things that I've done in this last 18 months since COVID really kicked off, like I probably wouldn't have even had I definitely won't miss out here now if COVID didn't happen, 100%. Like, so in some ways, it definitely has been a blessing. Like, even though like we've been locked down, like, I started my channel in lockdown, which was a very risky idea. Could have easily been kicked out by the missus after the investments were made. She wasn't having investments. So yeah, so like it's been an interesting. I'm gonna make a segue though, because I really want to know. Did you manage to get the cool grays early? Did you go for them? Are you going for them?
No, my friend Andre, who gave me those first, he probably will. He can get pretty much anything he wants. But I'm not. I do have one pair of Jordan 11s. I do have one pair. I have the IEs, but I'm just not really big into Jordan, man. I'm more like, give me a sneaker that nobody is wearing, but I really love. Like, what's one? Like these. Like, these are you might know what these are?
I saw them on Seth Fowler's $20 sneaker thing.
Yeah.
LeBron collab with someone. I've never seen him. I saw that.
Yeah. I love stuff like this. I love what Yeezy did with the MVN. I love that. I love Vans, man. You can always, these are the mids.
Yeah, there we go.
I
Get some
love
Vans in.
Vans, and I love. You probably haven't seen. Well, these are actually like a trainer here, but these right here, these are actually a running shoe. But these are one of the most comfortable running
It's
shoes
like
I've
Addy
worn.
Zero Boston's, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we did
Go on,
have.
Ash.
Okay.
Go on, Ash.
Just saying,
Alright.
I worked for Adidas, so I kind of have to know.
And then like
You could get that
also
secret.
Oh,
Hilarious.
Okay.
oh, nice.
And my favorite all-time Air Max, just the model silhouette wise. These are my beaters. I just beat these up federally. Air Max 95 is one of my favorite silhouettes ever. Air Max 95.
You know what? I just found those so heavy, the 95s.
Oh, they are.
I
They
just
are.
like, it was like putting on Tim's. No, then that's a bit too far. That's a bit too far. I take that back.
That's
There's
like
a lot
putting your
of
foot in
hate coming
cement.
I love
Yeah.
Tim's, man. Tim's are well. I used to want Tim's when I was in younger, but now it's so hot. You can't even wear Tim's where I live because you may be able to wear it in the morning time, but then by the middle of the day, it's hot. You're sweating, so you're walking around sweating in Tim's. It just doesn't go together.
Walking around in concrete around your ankles.
Yeah,
Jeez.
your legs will be strong though. So
Yeah. Oh man. So what do you think of what would you say was one of the sneakers you looked out for or you think was one of the best drops this year? Because I mean there's a lot of hype, we've got the Travis Scotts and things like that, but what was the one you thought, right, that's the one?
You know he's got it.
it's probably gonna be. Even though I said I'm not a Jordan guy,
Here we go, we're backtracking already. Ooh.
Shatterback Orange Glaze or whatever.
I found those a bit weird.
I don't even forgot the name of these, but I love this shoe. Surprisingly, here in the States, they actually sat.
That's not the one with the kind of yellowish at the top, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right
I
here.
found that a bit. I didn't understand that one.
I didn't
Yeah.
either. I didn't either until I saw them in hand. And when I saw them in hand, I was like, wow. Just because, like I said, fives are sentimental to me because these were kind of what got me into sneakers.
Yeah.
And when I put these on and I just walk, I'm like, first of all, I don't like Jordans because, all right, that's kind of contradiction, but you have to always worry about creases, and that's the part I don't like. So you have to walk completely different. And man, but these have been
so you're not a man who bends down and just wears them in the dirt and things like that, yeah?
No, man. I tried to, just walk. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just try to like just crease them a little bit so I feel better and I can walk normal. But then I just couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it. I like those.
The sneaker soul in him said, no, this is wrong.
Now, I still low-key love like the Flint 7s. Like I think for a drop, that was such an underappreciated drop. And it was such a nice shoe as well. The quality, I didn't see a single person turn around and say, oh, I've got a crap pair. I think they genuinely put care and attention into that shoe.
Yeah.
Definitely underrated. 100% underrated shoe. It's definitely gonna. I mean, it's not gonna make my top 10 list, but it's gonna make my list of underrated shoes for this year.
Yeah.
Like,
What you mean the lazy Jordan 7?
bro, they're not lazy. Listen, they've got completely different midsoles, completely different sock liners. There's very similar on the upper, but it's a neoprene. Man was out there having his holiday and he saw a ski boot and was like, boom, Jordan's next shoe. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't be dissing Tinker, bro. Honestly, sevens are a million times more comfortable than sixes, but
Really?
sixes are sevens in my opinion. I genuinely, when I wore my sevens for the first time, like literally the first pair I got this year, I just thought it was like mad comfy, but I still would always choose a 6 over a 7.
Oh yeah.
But they are comfy. They are very comfy. To me, anyway.
I've got a pair upstairs. I haven't worn them yet. I know it's bad. I found them today. I was like, oh my God.
You still got
You know what? Pat does my dream because he turns around and he says, oh, yeah. We did this thing called Show Your Creps where you had to show like the top 5 shoes, mate. You had a story for absolutely every single one of them.
Because that's my life.
Back
I
in
have to work for these
2000,
trainers.
back in
Yeah.
2000, there's a poor man. I took his shoes off him. I wrestled with him,
No,
hugged him,
no.
kept him warm all night, and we swapped shoes.
I didn't tell that story, but I'm glad you know it.
You can catch it on Patrick T tells story on YouTube.
So I love the fact, you know what I like, and I think you're hitting it earlier. I mean, we've mentioned this before in the past. SBs were never a hype thing, and it was just for skateboard. Like you said, you go to a skateboard shop to buy them,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the fact, like, I mean, with all the hype with Travis and whatever, I love that you have kept to what you like, and it's not with the hype, it's not with the thing. And like, a lot of the trainers you pulled out, a lot of people are going, really? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Compared to, you know, what's come out, like the Travis Scotts and things like that, and, you know, just the remakes and things like that. So it just makes me feel like, yeah, this is what it's about. Because, I mean, there's days where, or months, I should say, where all of us have said, I don't like nothing out there. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You know, but if you speak to some people that, yeah, I hit on that, and like, you hit on, why did you go for that?
Yeah.
You know, and it's nice, man. It's nice speaking to someone who's just like us.
Mate, I'm
You
not
know what I mean?
even
I'm not
joking.
giving you a big head right now.
I've not touched Sneakers app in I don't know how long. Obviously, I've had a lot going on and all this. Like,
Did you
moving
delete
house
Sneakers
and
app?
everything. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I've seen people who have got like, who like my feed at the minute. Obviously, I listen to lots of podcasts and that, and like Sean Collard is like the twos guy on the Sneaker podcast, and he got sent a personal pair of the twos, the off-white twos, and I was like, he's a podcast host, and he got sent a personal pair, and I was just like, you know what, good for him, because that's all he likes is twos, and he liked them well before like off-white were touching them. But like, you guys have got to fill me in here because I'm kind of out the loop with sneakers. Are they still selling out like everything, or is it? Do you think it's quieting down now? Do you think the sneaker community was hype because of lockdown, and now we're seeing the true sneakerheads? Because my feed has quietened right down, and I mean, like, from followers and everything, out of nowhere, I dropped 200 followers because they're just inactive and they've deactivated their accounts now. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
I would definitely say yes. It has definitely quieted down. I mean, I was out the other day and you've got Jordan 1s. No, not even Jordan 1s, just a lot of Jordans sitting. You know, the ones, what was those yellow ones they released on Sneaker Day?
Yeah.
The Pollens, you can get those anywhere. They're sitting in, you know, I was in Birmingham the other day and they were sitting in JD and Foot Locker and things like that. All different colour Jordan 1s. Yeah, and I think even on the sneaker app, there's a lot still sitting what you can buy, what they released. Whereas before, you know, you go into what's sitting, it'd be like, you know, size 3.5 is the only one that's there.
Yeah, a women's shoe. Yeah.
yeah. But now, yeah, I feel like it's calmed down. I do feel like it's calmed down. That's from my opinion. I don't know what Aid thinks.
No, 100%. I mean, it's definitely a lot easier to cop. Like, I know that, like, if the patterns would have come out last year, like, I still only sold out and there was a lot of hype, but, like, I would have never got the Monarchs, like, had, you know, they come out last year. And, like, it's good for me because, like, even though, like, I wasn't buying as many Jordans pre-COVID, it was a financial thing, like, purely. It wasn't because of, like, preference. And when I finally started to prioritize sneakers at the wrong time with COVID and all
Over food.
I mean, bro, it doesn't look like I've missed a meal, does it? So I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So I started, like, for me, like, I've been able to just get so many Jordans. Like, you know, I recently got those royalties, the Lightnings. I would have definitely never got the Lightnings last year. You know, I just got them 14s, even though, like, they're a mess.
Them brown things,
bro,
Yeah.
they're nice. Like, they're really, really nice, but, like, the creasing, the glue stains, the separation between, like, the outsole and midsole, it's very, very
Really?
simple.
Winterized ones? The winterized?
Yeah, the winterized. They're
I almost got those.
they're really, honestly, really, really nice. The quality of material is really good. It's, like, really, really nice shoe, but, like, my pair typically was matched. So I'm going to send them back, but with the cool grays coming, I'll try and get them. But yeah, I've been hitting on a lot of my other Jordans, like, you know, the 13s, those Obsidian 13s. There was another one that was an easy cop. I buy a lot of Jordans because, like, for me right now, I am living like my kid years. Like every single shoe that I wanted, like as a kid, I'm able to get now. And like, it's not just shoes for me as well. It's kind of like I've been buying a lot of Funkos and stuff. So I don't know if any of you guys are into that. Like,
Oh, yeah, I saw your
yeah, I got Turbo Man, bro.
Turbo Man. That was
I'm not gonna
sick.
lie, I made a right fool of myself.
I was so lost. I was like, what the hell is he sending me?
I walked into the
Like,
entertainment.
Jingle All the Way. Are
like,
you joking?
I remember it. I remember it from the film, and that's why I was like, what? It just came up in the conversation. I was like, what are you sending me, Aid? Why have I got this toy in my face?
Bro, it's turbo time. What are you talking about? I was running around the shop, me screaming, it's turbo time. I was like, where's Booster? Where's the men? You know, where's the stores? Like, what's going on? I was gassed, man. So for me, like seeing people dip out, I'm fine with that. Like resellers are still always going to resell, you know, and people are still going to get into it for financial reasons. That's fine. You know, that's cool. Just don't pay resale, and eventually they'll all start twiddling off again. But there'll always be resellers. Like when I was a kid, there was a guy that used to come to my house and sell PS2 games. He sold claws, trainers.
Yeah.
You know,
there's always a hustle. There's always a hustle.
There's always a reseller. Like and like the guy that used to come to mind, like he's a sneakerhead. Like I have not, like he was never in it for complete fan. Like, you know, it was how he made his money, but he still was a sneakerhead. Like even now, I recently saw him actually, and he was wearing the Oreo 5s, so the original from 2013. Yeah. And I said to him, I was like, "Oh, yo, you got them early? Like I'm after a pair." And he's like, "Bro, I've had these for years." So he like lifted his foot, like stuck his foot out the car window. He's like, "Look at the yellow wing. I've had these for years." And I'm like, all right, calm down. So as soon as I saw him again, I pulled out like, look at mine, icy. You know, but yeah, like for me, like this is good. It's good. People that want the shoes are now able to get them. That's not going to always be the case, but like, you know, copying Yeezys is easier now. Resale prices are coming down across the board. You know, Wave Runners, like there was a big shoe that I wanted, I got it. Form Runners, the prices are coming down. So like for me, like for selfish reasons, you know, I'm glad that like it's a lot easier to cop, and you know, I don't kind of stress like I used to. Like I remember last Christmas I was trying to buy everything and I couldn't get nothing. Like, and I was trying to get stuff for my kids. The kids stuff was selling out. I was trying to get stuff for my missus that was selling out. One thing actually I wanted to bring up is that did you guys see the release of the Wild Things Jordan 4s?
They're like a teddy bear.
The teddy bear design on the 4s, yeah.
Yeah.
They dropped for retail is £100 here. I don't know what that is US, but I was speaking to a few of these resellers and it was like, yeah, give me 170. I'm like, on your bike. So I gave it 1 week and I went on StockX and I can get them right now for 140 in my missus size. All things considered, all fees, shipping 140. And this guy was trying to diddle me for 170. So I was just like, B-Tech resellers do not realize that the market is in a downward trend. Yeah. And you know, like a lot of the content as well for YouTube, that shifted from reviews to thrifting, buying things on sale or on Facebook Marketplace. So I see that. I think a lot of resellers are going to go from buying brand new to buying used.
Retro.
That's where I see the trend going. So I see more people moving from StockX and moving on to GOAT, because obviously GOAT sells, you know, secondhand shoes, Facebook Marketplace. And as well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people, especially in America, they now have to like declare to the IRS over $600, is it, per sale? Yeah. So that's going to definitely impact sales. Like, you know, you have to declare it now to the IRS. Like, they take some of my monetary money from YouTube, and I'm like, I don't want to pay them that. Never mind sales, like for you guys. So luckily we don't have that here yet, but it's coming. So people don't pay taxes, so that's definitely going to affect it as well. So
what?
Or not bad.
And
letting us know.
I don't know if you guys watch it, but like you said, now you said it, Aiden, it makes sense how YouTubers are going from like just doing a bunch of reviews. Like, there's a guy I watched named Seth Fowler. He does, and now he's doing the $20 shoe collection or whatever. And now you said that, it makes sense how the trend is transitioned from, oh, here's what I have, because I think after COVID, now everybody's like, oh, yeah, whatever, I can get that myself.
They're out now.
think a lot of it has to do with the fact as well that people, with now people being able to take the missus out for meals or the other partner, or they're going for drinks with the boys, or for, you know, people are spending money in other ways, whereas like a lot of people are hoarding shoes. And so I feel like a lot of people either have in excess of shoes that they normally wouldn't have, so they don't want to go out and buy more. I mean, I probably bought in the last 18 months more shoes than I bought in the first 25 years of my life, like combined. So I said to my missus the other day, I said, if I completely stop buying shoes now, as long as my feet don't grow, which they shouldn't, I never have to buy another pair of shoes for the rest of my life, as long as they don't like deteriorate. I mean, obviously if they didn't fall apart, I mean, but like in terms of like, I went from 5 shoes total to 60 shoes now. Like I realistically don't need to buy another pair of shoes for the next 10 years, but obviously I will. I feel like a lot of people will be in that boat where they've gone from 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs to 10, 15, 20 pairs. Now they're just like, they're selling them off, so they're undercutting each other. Like if you look at the trends, like I've been monitoring the Neon 95s from last year, and like they was up like 300 plus, and now I can go on StockX and buy them 250. So people are undercutting each other because, you know, times are changing and money's going to different things. People are traveling again. And I feel like with Seth Fowler doing his $20 sneaker challenge, Tony D2 Wild's got his resellers, retailers, and road trips. I think Harrison Neville's got his trade up challenge. People are like, they're seeing a whole new world of being able to, like, you know, thrift shoes and maybe go and get like the Aqua 8s as an example, or maybe you can go and get the white cement 4s that have been worn and like, so like I started to go on Depop and on eBay. I'm trying to find secondhand shoes that I can like refurb and do on my own little channel thing. So I think it's definitely like Seth specifically, because his is flawless. I watch that every time. It was just a new episode up today, episode 23. It was a banger. So like,
I gotta watch it.
Doing what he's doing. But yeah, I like that for me. Completely, like they have such an effect on how things are viewed. Like you might have somebody like person A going to watch Seth Fowler's video and being like, I'm not going to go and spend £200 on the next Jordan 5. I'm going to go and spend £150 on eBay. I'm going to buy some shoes, refurb them, resell them, and then I'm going to get up to my grail, which might not be a mag, but it might be a Chicago Off-White. So I think people might maybe like moving that way as well, because them videos get a lot of views, man. So just my
it's true, because I mean, I saw, I think it's Sniper Kicks, where he used to get them all in and how his family would go and now he's just, all these videos are where I'm going to outlets and look what's sitting.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's funny like that. You know, I mean, how you find it in the States? Is that how you find it? Is easy to hit now, or?
I used to live in Florida, Orlando, Florida, around the area, and literally I had a clearance store within 40 minutes. I had like 4 or 5 Nike stores within like 40 minutes. And then I had Adidas store within 40 minutes. And so I could go and just find steals. But after COVID, I don't know what Nike did, but they just started pulling a bunch of their product. And so now you just go, it'll be rows and rows of Monarchs. Like, you know, the typical dad shoe, just rows of Monarchs and Paul PG4s, PG3s. And it's crazy because before you used to find limited ACGs there, you used to find random Jordans. It was to the point where resellers would literally spend all day in the outlet. They would just they would get bags and just sit there. When they put new product out, they would take them, put them in a bag, and at the end of the day, it was their 9 to 5. And then they would leave with like bags of you know, and then put them on eBay, put them on any kind of marketplace or whatever. And now you can't do that because I feel like Nike is, I'm trying to figure out what Nike is doing as far as the retail store goes. I don't know if they're going to get away from the brick and mortar or if they're just kind of just holding everything back until everything passes. People put more money into shoes again. But it's weird here in the States, man. The outlets are, except for that guy, Unbreakable Kick. You know Unbreakable Kicks?
Oh,
you ever heard of him?
I saw that while you was about to
The Chicago? Oh, I almost got on a plane that day, like just to get in there and see if he could find. But you have to go every day. Those are like, you know, I know people post on Instagram and show, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but you have to go every day to find that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't go on a random Friday and find that.
Yeah.
I saw the infrared 6s because like that's my one of my grails, and I got it this year, and I paid a pretty penny for mine. Obviously, I think for me, like I started buying shoes right before like his documentary hit, you know, The Last Dance, and it was the worst time for me to start really buying Jordans. I've always bought Air Max, and I've always bought. But to finally start buying, I started buying Jordans like for myself from the January. His thing came out like the June, July-ish. So like the prices were spiky, but I finally decided, right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna buy the infrareds, and like now seeing that they're hitting the outlets, and yeah, they might be B grades, the paint might spill over or whatever, but seeing them, the Bread 11s, the Fire Red 5s, the Raging Bull 5s, like seeing those sitting on shelves, and like Pat said, he was in Birmingham, he saw the Pollens. Like I was in Preston, and we get nothing. And I saw the Chicago Dunks. They were sitting. I nearly had a heart attack. Couldn't even get my flipping. Like I forgot my pin number at the till, and I saw these resellers coming in. Like because obviously when you live in a small place like I do, you know the resellers and you know the faces. And I saw them come in. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. You know when I saw them come in, and I was like shaking with the card. I was like, I forgot my pin. And I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and I thought I'm calling a friend. I called my missus. What's my pin? And I'm like, right, calm down. Let me type my pin in. I got it wrong. I'm like, that's wrong. And I got it right. And eventually I got it, and I walked out, and I was happy. But like, I think we're gonna see a lot more like I think Nike are completely empty in the warehouses. So I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe got some He Got games. I think stretching back to 2018, think of all the drops from 2018 that could still be in the locker right now that wasn't sold. We're seeing Bread 11s. We're seeing infrared 6s. We're seeing, more Fire Red 5s. We're seeing all these releases. If they drop some He Got games and things like that, like, I mean, I'd love a pair of them. Like, that's the one in particular. If anybody from Nike ever listens to this, drop some He Got games outlets.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a great time to be in it. Now is the best time to jump in, I reckon, right now.
Do you know what it is, though? I think you say that it's because you love what you like. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas before, if you was in it, you just like, what? And I remember being at work and like, this guy who's older than me, I doubt if he owned a pair of trainers, which he didn't actually use to mow the grass or something, saying, oh, my daughter's talking about Jordans. Like, is it Boris Jordan? Who? Boris? You mean Michael? That's it, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a clue, but his young daughters, who clearly haven't got a clue, are still saying, yeah, I want some Jordans. They don't know what they are. They just want Jordans. And it got to that point, like, how is he? Do you know what I mean? And I think now it's like, yeah, no one really wants them anymore. They've spent their money. They're not out now. They're going cinema or pictures or whatever, and they spend their money differently. But like for us now, it's like, what? He's got a game. He's going to come out. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you think about it, like with the Patters, and yes, Aidan, I'm still a bit pissed with you because you didn't want them, but you got them, and I didn't. I wanted them, and you didn't get them.
Oh man,
right behind him. Look.
But it's one of those ones. Like I managed to get them like for £50 more, just £50 more. But do that a year ago. They dropped a year ago.
150.
They're £400.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm not even joking.
I was selling some dead shoes last year for a lot of money. I sold
my God.
Remember the Limeade Air Max ones? I sold them well over £200. And this was just before, like, I felt kind of bad because like the day I sold them, the day I shipped them, everyone would talk about them cracking. I was like, fuck, please don't crack. I don't want to refund you. Luckily his pair was fine. And I spoke to him afterwards, but like I sold them for like $220. And they was like, the Limeades, like the Monarchs or the Aquas or even the future colorways that are going to come out. Like you think about the Limeades from last year, they were doing $220. Thinking about some of the shoes I sold last year was like, what are them Yeezy 700? Remember the blue ones with the K's that glowed in the dark? Anyone remember the name of them?
Nah.
Yeezy something anyway. Them ones, yeah.
Yes.
The price on them is crazy. Like crazy. But like now you can get Wave Runners for retail, which is mad. Wave Runners for retail.
I remember, this is how bad it is, yeah. I remember getting a pair of Jordan Royals. No, not the nice ones, the ones with the black and the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the blue overlays and the black underneath. And I think I sold them for over £300.
Ooh.
And on the same day, they released another set of them. So they were in the store for 100. And I was like, I felt bad, but then in my head I thought, it's not.
You know what though? Everyone's saying about the market dropping. Right now, I'm on StockX. I'm looking at my Air Max 95 Freddy Kruegers, and they've fucking gone up again.
Very
They're going higher.
specific. A very, very specific.
It's the one I want. So everyone that's listening is just constantly going, you know what? Yeah, fuck Ashley. We'll just make sure he never gets them because I refuse to pay like that price. The max I want to pay is retail.
How much the maximum I pay is retail.
I've seen Freddy's restocked like 3-4 times.
Never in my size.
Yeah. Up to size 9. Yeah, like always small sizing. Like my sister, she bought one pair, she's beating them up. And I sent her a link to her like a week ago, and they had like 6 and 6.5 left. Bigfoot gang don't want to let go of them unless you're paying that money. I mean, how much are they going for now?
On here, 250.
I mean, that's what I'm going to be paying for my neons. I'm not happy
What's
about
that?
it.
250 plus selling fees. That's just under 300 quid then, yeah?
I'm going to look on Goat now. I'm checking them out on
Goat is horrendous, man. Goat is so weird. Like I was looking at getting the Bordeaux off Goat, and the price was actually really, really good. I went and checked it. It was literally bang on retail. I was like, all right, that's cool. Retail plus shipping. I'm good with that. I went back the day after. It's now $225, which is like £60 above retail. Like there's zero consistency across Goat for me. And
$399.
Yeah, see what I mean? There's just lack of consistency. Go on eBay. Check eBay. Depop.
I love eBay.
250. 250 on eBay.
See, now they've got authentication. eBay's okay, but when Aiden told me that story about those Jordan 1s and his mate, oh my god, that I've almost deleted the app.
Honest, like obviously before this authentication thing came out, it was like people were selling things, and then it was so easy to go to eBay and say, oh, it's not fake, it's fake. You didn't have to prove it was fake. They had to prove it was real. And obviously, if you said to them, oh, can you send me the receipt so I know it's legit? You've got nothing. You've got no way to prove it. So like somebody I knew sent off. I think it was the Mockers actually.
Yeah,
and
said,
they basically said, oh, the fake. The guy must have had a fake pair because like the pictures he was sending through eBay were like they were fake, fair enough. But like I know the guy who had the shoes and they were real. Like he messaged me the day he got them, and I had my Mockers to compare them to at the time. I sold mine, fortunately, no issues. But yeah, he lost the shoe, lost the money, lost his case, lost his PayPal account, completely gone for selling fake. So he lost, and it's hard to set up a new PayPal account. Like you can't just be like, oh, new email address. Like they know like your address. Like they do. I don't know what they do, whether they put a marker on your address or whether they put a marker on your name, whatever they do. But he basically can't set up a PayPal account now. So he kind of like got the brunt end. But now eBay's got this authentication thing. And it won't be flawless. There'll be flaws in it, and there's flaws in
StockX, isn't it?
Flaws but I think there's more. Like I've not heard as many cries out to say, oh, StockX sent me fakes or whatever. Like you don't hear it from eBay, and the prices they're pretty fair to be honest. Like so I'm all for eBay, me at the minute. I'm just constantly like adding to watch list. Like Aqua 8.
The only problem I have with eBay is that it's hard to find size 12s. It'd be one or two.
No, it is. It's difficult.
Even if I'll go to Sneaker City, whatever it is, at the end of November, and I guarantee you there's going to be probably one person selling size 12 kicks. Everything will go up to 11 max.
You're part of a
10.
Of people, though, aren't you?
Say again.
You're part of a very small demographic of people.
Yeah, so, I'm a minority.
We're talking about half of the podcast is a size 12. Half of us, me and Pat, are size 12.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you guys can share shoes between each other then. And,
no.
We send over those Dior's, Pat. Come on.
I haven't got Dior's.
No, just send them over, bro. I'll look after
You
them
have the
for
Dior,
you.
the ones? Dior ones?
He wishes.
I didn't.
He spent $1,000 on some. He wants my off-whites. That's what he wants, yeah.
Okay. My friend lent me a pair of his Dior's, so I've done a review on my channel. And I think they're the 280s or something like that, they're called it. They're about £1,000 or something like that, £1,000. Yeah. And ever since then, these friends of mine keep on on about it. But
coincidentally, I did see a girl wearing like those Dior's today at Morrison's of all places.
You would do, yeah. It's a bit shoe. Um, and on that note, we're gonna let Anthony go because he has got plans. But honestly, an absolute pleasure, and hope to have you on again. Maybe like both you guys on again, and that'll be really cool to do a collab one day. Who knows? Get a Instagram live with as many of us as we can on. That'd be quite cool.
For sure. Thank you for your time. Thank you for you guys. And like I said, keep doing a great job. Enjoy the shows. Always a good laugh. And like I said, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
That's right. Shout out your bits one more. Bit of publication and that might as well.
Yeah. Oh, let me shout out to you guys really quick. I would have not have found out about Anchor FM, if I didn't hear your commercial. You did a commercial for the podcast.
Yes, I did.
I heard it. I was like, oh, I need Anchor. And that's how we got all of our information onto podcast. So now we have our own podcast. We are officially a podcast now. We're no longer, we do it on Instagram Live, and then transfer it over. But you can find us at It's Sneaker Talk on Instagram, Facebook, and also on YouTube. And then also, I need a sign so I could do like the, and then also you can find Tari. You can go to our Instagram and see our own personal Instagrams where you get to kind of see who we are apart from the podcast. But like I said, we're having fun, loving meeting people across the sneaker community. And shout out to you guys. Continue to do a great job. And I appreciate the show.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
no, we don't want to hear from you. Aidan, if you wanted to shout out your bits, mate, because he's shown up.
I talk more on this one than anybody, and it's a bit weird. So I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. I definitely appreciate you coming on. So I'll be checking out more of your podcasts as well. If you want to find me, whoever's listening or watching on YouTube, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, mainly those two, ACS Sneakers. Yeah, that's it.
And then you can catch our other favorite host. He's a black guy. His name is Reggie. He's the only one we care about.
God. Oh my God.
So yeah, Blazer Reggie. You can follow him on YouTube. You can follow him on Instagram.
And you got me, Patrick T. You can catch me on YouTube, Patrick T. Instagram, Patrick T for real. Here you go. If you're watching the podcast, let's have a look. It's all here, right? Anthony, it's a pleasure having you on, guy. I mean, it would be great if we could get you and sorry, you can't say his name, but you know who I'm on about. Yeah. It's been a laugh. If anything's like how you are, it would be great. But yeah, man, it's wicked chat.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you for the opportunity again, and looking forward to next time.
That's grand. So from us at the Sneaker World Order, I've been Ashley Clark. 5 for the S. Ignore Pat if you're watching the video, because let's be honest, no one needs to see him. So thanks very much. Catch you next week. Peace.
See you guys.